I want to say thank you to everybody who decided to watch this video. I want to send a special shout out to my patrons and Twitch subscribers. You guys help me make this channel better, and I want to say enjoy the show.
Now, did Democrats sell out labor and take corporate contributions? Absolutely. So your answer to a revanchist far right that's doing even more than any previous administration on labor is to go back into history and bitch about Democrats fucking up on that issue. What we on the actual left, who care about actually achieving things, are doing is fighting all of these fronts simultaneously, but actually, in fact, focusing now on the main threat. I said if you were in a swing state, vote for Hillary because I wanted to keep the main threat and the main problem be those fucking neoliberals and corporatists that we do have to defeat, not galloping fascists. But you know what? It's a good business model. Outrage is a good business model.
Oh yes, the Michael Brooks show. God, we missed that motherfucker, right? Right. I'm here and I'm doing some video gaming. I kind of want to address that. I wanted to get I wanted to get Assassin's Creed Mirage, but I kind of saw the reviews. Um, and yeah, that was the thing that happened. By the way, I'm gonna be doing some videos. I'm gonna be doing some gaming. I'm actually in the Discord streaming chat, so yeah. Um, so if anybody in the server that wants to jump in and have a conversation, yeah, I want to actually do some videos too. But yeah, right now we are getting to a game that I haven't played in a while. I want to actually do some Conan. I don't know. I just feel like playing. Yeah, I want to override it. Yes. Uh, just decide I'm playing it. So yeah. Hope you're having a good day. I kind of am. I spend most of the day actually. Okay, so this weekend has been a little bit weird. Normally I try to spend time socializing outside of work because I have a shitty ass job, and I basically sometimes need to talk to people outside of just um stupid bullshit. And yeah, I want fire. Uh, Librarian, Camarian. Uh, and so like most of the time I spend my time just chilling, um, or trying to find somebody to chill with. This weekend it was just like I was fucking tired of people, and me being tired of people kind of leads me to where I just let's just say I don't do it intentionally, but I do kind of get to a point where I just like um yeah, I don't want to talk to people. And besides spending yesterday afternoon or mid morning to try to actually I actually was helping my mother set up her fix her computer connection, and on top of that um order her new computer. I don't really like the facial hair options. Discoverable. Yeah, that's been my weekend. So yeah, I've been spending the time just recuperating from people, and that's kind of bad because like I want to actually, I want to actually take the time to like, and no, hey, nudity none. Um, finalize character. I want to actually spend the time on my weekend, spending time with people, just like in real people. But I kind of just this weekend I was burnt out, and me being burnt out is a thing. So yeah, but me being burnt out does not stop me from actually. It doesn't stop me from actually doing videos, and so yeah, let's actually do some videos and let's see what's going on. And this is gonna be like the first video that I'm gonna do. So let's actually get into it. We're gonna actually watch and respond to it, shall we? So a lot of times I actually get um ideas for different things from my comment section. It is something that I really want to actually do more of. It's some things that I want to actually listen to you guys' feedback so I can actually know more about it. And so sometimes people give me ideas, and those ideas are actually pretty good. And so this is one of the ideas. Now, this is pretty fortuitous because I actually did do this thing today. And that thing was I went to Walmart. And Walmart, if you guys don't know, is a big, if you've been living under a rock, is a big box kind of like everything store where investigate the smoke nearby. It's a big box everything store where you can buy a lot of different things, right? And so today I actually had to buy some more fucking charcoal because I was barbecuing more today. And so yeah, it can be hard sometimes. So with me buying some since I was barbecuing today, I need some more charcoal. So I actually went and got some more charcoal today. And some things for me to actually cook, and not just the charcoal and shit. But I also kind of got me some I got me some red beans because I'm gonna cook me some red beans in the next couple of days. Put it in a slow cooker, and yeah, just got some things that I wanted to get in order to make my day more productive and shit like that. But what happens if you're in a country where Walmart didn't take off? And this is a video that was brought to me, that was given to me about why Walmart failed in Germany. So let's see this video, shall we?
Walmart opened its first store in Germany. They had officially entered the largest retail market in Europe.
But 9 years later, they sold their stores, packed their bags, and left the country. They had lost $1 billion. So how did the largest private employer in the world fail so badly?
So 9 years later, it sounds like what happened with Target, right? It moved from the US to another country and just could not do what it needed to do. So let's get back to it.
By 1988, Walmart had become the most profitable retailer in the US. Their success spurred the company to start looking abroad at the international market. And the expansion has been largely successful. Walmart now has almost 12,000 stores in 27 countries.
In Britain, they now own the second largest supermarket chain in the country, Asda. They're the largest private employer in Mexico and the third largest in Canada. But
that sucks. It where your low wage jobs is like the second and third most private employer. That fucking sucks. But let's continue.
that success is not universal.
In 1997, Walmart purchased two German retail chains, Wertkauf and Interspar, totaling 95 stores.
It was a huge risk. Germany in the late 90s was a hostile market.
Restrictive shopping hours, regulated zoning, and high unemployment kept other companies away, according to analysts at Kurt Salman Associates Europe. Retail market growth rates averaged just 0.3% per year in the 90s.
That's one, man.
It was also entering a market full of successful native discount retailers like Aldi and Lidl, which were stiff competition. By German law, these...
Wait, Aldi? Aldi. Not that Aldi's, right? Not that Aldi's. It couldn't be that Aldi's. It couldn't be that Aldi's, like the retail grocery store that is actually economical. It can't be that Aldi's, can it? But let's go.
These smaller stores could offer lower prices than big box stores like Walmart.
Soon after arriving in Germany,
Okay,
Walmart
cool.
faced accusations that it was using short-term predatory pricing to try and put local shopkeepers out of business.
I mean, like, it did that in the U.S. and we just called it capitalism. Like, fuck. Like, how many mom and pop stores have gone out of business because Aldi's? I'm not Aldi's, but Walmart. How many mom and pop stores have done that? Yeah, of course. It was the practice that they were doing. But let's go.
Regulators had to order Walmart to raise the price of basics like milk, flour, and butter.
After that, their prices were too high in comparison to the competition, like Aldi, which ran small, bare-bones stores.
The discount
It was Aldi's. It was Aldi's. It was Aldi's. But let's go.
retail sector was a lot larger in Germany than in other countries. It was about 40% of the supermarket business, which meant that groceries and daily goods tended to cost around 15% less than the European average.
On top of these financial obstacles, Walmart faced a different kind of problem, a cultural problem. The friendly Walmart practices, based on Southern hospitality, were perceived by many to be fake and at odds with German culture.
Yeah, of course. Nobody accuses Germans of being friendly. Okay, I'm being an asshole, but yeah, for real though, nobody's accusing Germany of being friendly. Let's go.
German media reported that Walmart required its employees to start their shifts by engaging in synchronized calisthenics and group chants of Walmart, Walmart, Walmart.
Yeah, dude, that's what we call brainwashing. Like, the fuck. All right, let's go.
This was intended to build loyalty and morale.
Exactly.
Walmart also required its
Brainwashing.
cashiers to flash smiles at patrons, which a lot of customers thought was flirty and creepy.
That's also how they felt about Walmart greeters. Pretty creepy.
Exactly. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish I would have watched this video sooner. But let's go. Let's go.
People found these things strange. Germans just don't behave that way. Hans Martin Poschmann, the secretary of the Verdi Union, which represented 5,000 Walmart employees, told the New York Times.
Walmart also
Oh shit, they had a union? Oh yeah. Oh shit, they had a union. Oh yeah, Walmart was fucked. They had unions. Okay, I'm sorry, let's go.
imposed restrictive measures on their employees, which they called an ethics code.
Walmart required its employees to report if coworkers broke any rules, and if they didn't comply, they could be fired. Walmart also prohibited sexual intimacy and flirting between coworkers, according to the Financial Times Deutsch.
I mean, yeah, but that's because Walmart and okay, I get why they would want that or not want that, but it's Germany, dog. You can't tell them to not to do. Oh, it's Europe. Let's go.
Deutschland.
Oh, thank you. I hope I get 1,000 subscribers soon too.
A German court eventually struck down this ethics code in 2005. By German standards, Walmart is also anti-union.
They didn't
Exactly.
understand that in Germany, companies and unions are closely connected.
Exactly. That should have just been the first thing right there. Unions, like, okay, I have that. Fucking unions, right? Unions. Thank you. I need some sort of violent instruments. I need some water too. Use. But yeah, of course, you would think unions is the bad thing.
They thought we were communists, Poschmann told the Times.
It sounds like employees, associates, they're listened to.
And without going through union politicians.
Of course not.
All unions work at is taking a cut out of my pay.
Unions strongly opposed the working culture in Walmart.
Walmart and German unions never established
Well, I mean, like, ask the, big companies now what unions can actually do. Ask the fucking movie producers or movie studios about unions. Ask them. Ask about it. Yeah, of course, they're not gonna like unions. I don't like their business practices.
comfortable relations. All of these obstacles combined led to declining sales.
Walmart's German stores had a profit margin of 1% compared to their British stores, which had a margin of 6 to 8%. Germany's top 10 chains made up 30% of the market, but Walmart made up just 3% of the market.
Yes.
Full-time staff in Germany demanded a 19% premium compared to UK workers on average, which drove up Walmart's operational costs as their sales declined.
So Walmart withdrew from the country in 2006, offloading 85 of its stores to its local rival, Metro.
They had employed
Oh shit. Okay. Wait, where the Sentinel statues at? I know they're around here. Did they destroy the Central statue? Oh shit. Okay, I know this food is around here. But yeah, let's go.
11,000 people and generated $2 billion in 2005. But that represented just 4% of Walmart's international operations. It has become increasingly clear that in Germany's business environment, it would be difficult for us to obtain the scale and results we desire. Michael Duke, vice chairman of Walmart stores, told the Times.
Walmart's dedication to their company culture ended up dooming them in Germany.
So, here's the thing. Some of the practices that Walmart engaged in literally are some of the things that make them successful here in the US. Literally make them successful. And we got to think, like, is it because Germany is so weird? Or because we put up with so much? Like, you get what I'm saying? Is it because Germany, y'all, they're bad. You know, they tolerate shit that we, I mean, they tolerate shit, they, you know, are, I don't know how to put it. Is it that Germany is just a weird place, or is it that they don't tolerate shit that we tolerate? That we don't fucking we allow companies to run roughshod over us, and instead of addressing like some of the things that are bad that is causing us issues, we just let companies do what the fuck they want to do. And quite honestly, that's fucked up. Germany has literally said, "No, you're not gonna do this to us, dog. You're not gonna do this to us." And because of that, they ran Walmart out of business. And it wasn't that Walmart was losing a shit ton of money. They just couldn't run roughshod over the market like they do so easily in the US. And this is just telling. This is just fucking telling. But let's let this finish.
Lesson? The locals are always right.
So yeah, that's the interesting point. And I really think that it says something that when you actually look at it, that a company like Walmart, when they have to face ethical and I guess fair wouldn't be a good word for it, but I guess treating their employees like they're people, not just human resources, they kind of get fucked. And I know we shouldn't say Walmart should just get fucked, but they kind of get fucked. And it's very telling and very interesting when shit like that happens. And of course, I don't know, maybe we should actually learn how to get more rights from the companies that serve us, because they serve us, not the other way around. Anyway, this is a quick little video that I thought we should actually work on and actually be cool to actually work on. Please like, share, and subscribe and all that other good shit. Thank you guys for watching this clip. And we're gonna cut this segment here. So yeah, I don't know why that Final Fantasy video motherfucking song has been in my head for the last couple of days. Let's see. I want to how do I make shit? I know how to make shit. I need a constructing hammer? Yeah, I need a constructing hammer. Oh, this is gonna be fucked. Anyway. What other video that I want to actually go to? Mind you, this game don't on pause. All right, so we did that video. And we're gonna go to the next couple videos that I want to actually do. There we go. Craft. We're gonna go to the next videos that I want to do. Like I said, this is just one of those days where I'm just gonna be doing videos. Shit. All right. Let's put this on a wheel. What the hell? Oh shit. Construct. Oh, cool. Place. All right. This is new mechanics. All right, so let's get to another video, okay? All right. Let's have some fun with this, right? I'm kind of a left-leaning individual, and I say left-leaning as I'm totally like a left when it comes to economic issue and most of the social issues. I want people to be able to live their life in freedom, economic and social freedom, to the point where they're not hurting anybody, and the point where it's just beneficial. I know not everybody holds my position, and I know that a lot of people would be a little bit more authoritarian than what I would actually like. And to those people I say, fuck you. Let people live their life as long as they're not hurting anybody. And yeah, that's the thing that happens. But with everything, you have to weigh certain shit. And social freedom is just as important as economic freedom. And the problem with that is when you're poor, besides the fact that people like to say it's your fault, people tend to kind of like want to like laugh and mock and humiliate you. Now, good friend of the show, the channel that we're going to be covering right now, I've done several different videos on them, and they're actually pretty cool. And we're going to actually listen to why there's a problem with laughing at poor people. Shall we?
I can't believe I have to say it, but you shouldn't laugh at poor people. But doing exactly that has become one of the most popular content genres in personal finance.
So here's the thing about laughing at poor people. Motherfuckers, you don't never know when you're going to be that poor person. You never know. So why the fuck would you laugh at them? Why the fuck would you laugh at them? Motherfuckers laugh at poor people just because they feel like it's fun, prosperous. I don't know. But people like laughing at poor people. And some of the biggest offenders where you have motherfucking I forget you can repair your tool axis. You have people like Dave Ramsey, this motherfucker right here. And a lot of these people actually have had, help from their parents, guardians, or just life. They've been born lucky versus being lucky to be born. I know I had to throw in the Zuko line, but they have been born lucky. And the thing about it is, at some point, you have to just say like, yo, laughing at poor people is kind of some bullshit. But you'll never get these people to say that. But let's continue.
And even if you are the one doing the laughing, it's still probably costing you money.
So, by the way, you shouldn't buy a Mercedes if you're a broke person. That's stupid.
Don't be debt dumb, people. Hear?
Yeah, no, right. Most people who are broke, as you call it, aren't buying a Mercedes, you stupid mother. Okay. Can I buy a bed? Construction. I don't need decoration. Oh yeah, here we go. Campfire. Box. But let's continue.
Personal finance is not really that complicated, which is a problem for people that have built entire media brands around the subject. Nobody is going to tune into a radio show, buy the latest book, watch a weekly upload, or attend a 2-day seminar that just says save money, avoid high-interest debt, and invest broadly on repeat. Some of these people are making millions of dollars every year from their audiences, so they need to come up with new and exciting ways to say the same thing. One of the most popular...
And this, you know what, here's the thing about a lot of these people that I just find so fucking disgusting, is the fact that none of their audience are like motherfucking are actually making it where they're how do I put it? None of their audience is actually making it where they're not turning out millionaires. Like these people are not turning out millionaires. And yet and still, they act as if they're giving out the best fucking advice that they can actually give. And it's sad because, like, it's like they're keeping people on this shitty ass, hey, this feels good diet. And yet nobody's actually making this money. Nobody's making this money. It is people who are quite literally struggling and hurting. And all of these people just do is just sit back and say, oh, you're going to be rich one day. You're going to be rich one day. You're going to be rich one day. And it's just like, I don't see I don't see it. I don't see why people actually sit back and listen to them. But let's go.
Popular ways to pad out personal finance content has become live reactions to people's personal situations. A guest will come on the show to discuss their personal financial situation, and the host will give advice to the person to help them clear up their debt, earn additional income, reduce their expenses, or make investments.
So here's the thing, and this is like this is red pill for finances. Like, this is like, it's your fault that you're motherfucking poor. It's your fault that this is happening to you, even though you may be living in a shitty situation. No, it's your fault. You did it. It's your fault. And it's just like, dog, you don't know what my issue is. You don't know how I got poor. All you know is I may be spending some money on one thing or another, but you don't know why I'm in a situation. We don't know why I have so much debt. Maybe that was the only way to leave an abusive parent's house or abusive spouse house. Maybe that's it. Maybe I didn't have the, capabilities of having daddy bail me out after I get accused of financial fraud, Dave Ramsey. Or maybe I didn't cash in on my looks and make a host of a fucking television show. Maybe that didn't happen for me. But all these people see is, yeah, I did it. It's just like Survivor Bias, the TV show or the internet show. But let's go.
You might think this sounds like a harmless way for people in desperate situations to get some much needed advice, and for the Finfluencers audience to learn from other people's mistakes. 2 years ago, when I first covered the problems with personal finance influencers, I said the reaction content was the least harmful thing they did when the alternative was making uneducated predictions about specific stocks or cryptos. But I was wrong. For 3 reasons. The first reason is that there's very little to learn from these shows, and all you are going to get from them is financial stress. Did you know that having $100,000 in credit card debt and choosing not to work full-time is bad for your personal finances? If so,
What? No, for real. Having $100,000 in debt and not working is bad. What? I hadn't noticed that. For real? What? I know he's being sarcastic, and I'm trying to join him in his sarcasm. I almost made up a word there, but I checked myself. But yeah, no. Let's go.
So you probably already know everything you could learn by watching people in extremely poor financial situations. So why else do people watch it? The Dave Ramsey Show has over 23...
Easy. People watch it to make themselves feel good about not being the dirty poors that calls in saying that they're fucking broke. That's why people watch it. Like, let's be honest. That's why people watch it. They're not some of those filthy poors that have to call into the Dave Ramsey Show, even though they listen to it every day to try to get financial tips. They're not some of those dirty poors. You know, those dirty poors. They may be poor right now, but they're not those. They're not even poor. They're temporarily inconvenienced millionaires or billionaires, whatever the fucking fantasy is up to.
3 million listeners every week. Suze Orman had similar viewership when her show aired on CNBC. Financial stress is at an all-time high. A 2022 survey conducted by CNBC found that 70% of Americans were stressed about their personal finances. Watching people that have made even worse personal finance decisions is a great coping mechanism to put personal worries into perspective, but it's not a good long-term solution. Watching this kind of personal finance content makes it easier to justify poor financial decisions, because at least it's not as bad as the guy who financed a Tesla while working part-time at Arby's. These shows...
Yeah, exactly. He just said it. It's about making fun of people. But let's go.
Also bring on guests that are doing extremely well financially, which will only add to a listener's financial stress. If the show can't find an extremely wealthy guest to talk to openly about their finances, the show hosts themselves will normally step up to tell everybody watching how rich they are. Comparison is not only the thief of joy, but it can also motivate people to take unnecessary risks to catch up to people that are not representative of a normal financial situation.
Yeah, keeping up with the Joneses is a bitch. And if you think that I need to keep up with the Joneses in order to be motherfucking successful, you're falling into the trap. You're falling into the trap. Do I have any coins? Nope. How many do I have? Anyway, let's go.
The producers behind these shows know that extreme financial situations sell well in today's fight for attention, and this leads to stories that are simply made up. Now, I am not calling out anybody for directly lying to their audience, but these shows get millions of views and people are willing to do crazy things for their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, no, they're not directly lying to their audience, but they're putting a perception to their audience that everybody is making it if they just follow these tips and rules and guidelines, which they're not. And if you don't do it, you're just a stupid simpleton who just wants to be poor, which you're not. Well, let's continue.
It would be difficult for showrunners to individually vet every single caller, so at a certain point, they need to assume that a guest is being honest with them. If the guest makes up a crazy story about being in terrible debt or making $1 million a month from drop shipping at the age of 12, then that makes great content that will stand out.
Oh shit! I didn't know they would get Andrew Tate motherfucking fans. I made $1 million a month just doing drop shipping by the time I was 14.
even if it does come at the expense of the viewer's financial understanding. Made-up situations are not going to teach you anything about personal finance. You are probably not in the extreme financial situations of these guests. You don't need to know how to most effectively cash out on your late-stage startup, and you already know that payday loans are bad. You are really watching this for entertainment, and that entertainment is not harmless. So it's time.
Yeah, this is true. Like I said, it's either entertainment or it's to say how much better you are than somebody. Oh, shit. There we go. Take all. There we go. Oh, you fucked, dude. Alright, let's go.
To learn how money works to find out the problems with laughing at poor people. Yes, really. This week's lesson was sponsored by my brand new newsletter, Compounded Daily. There's a lot of interesting stories happening every week that I just can't share with you all because they just wouldn't do well with the YouTube algorithm. But by signing up to my totally new, totally free email newsletter, you can get interesting stories like how Apple is trying to literally trademark the fruit. Yes, they are.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. I'm done. How? What the fuck, man? They're trying to trademark a fucking fruit. God, wow, okay. Wow, that's fucked. Let's go.
This newsletter will cover interesting finance, business, and economic subjects, so if you're interested in what I post here, I am certain you'll like what I post there. Go to compoundeddaily.com to sign up for my newsletter. The second problem with laughing at poor people on personal finance shows is that the hosts of these shows are often wrong about even basic financial information. And worst of all, they are confidently wrong. Dave Ramsey is as popular for his larger-than-life personality as he is for his content. Personal finance show hosts like Ramsey rarely have the qualifications they need to give individualized financial advice to someone in a typical advisor-client setting.
But does he though? Does he though? For real? Does he? What does this do? Craft at a workman's bench. So wait. What is this? All right, let's go.
Most financial accreditations would actually forbid their members from giving advice in the manner that these hosts do in front of their audience.
This is just stupid. It's stupid on steroids.
There is no denying that people with no financial education would benefit from hearing that they need to save money, pay off debt, and invest. Ramsey, with his large audience, can teach that lesson to millions of people, which is good. But in order to keep his audience entertained, he ventures into giving advice that no licensed professional would. Ramsey and his copycats advise something called the debt snowball to people who want to pay off debt.
No, never, ever do this unless you're able to literally do it and do it in a very, very short term. This is something like this really, really stupid, but let's have him explain it.
Debt snowball starts with the person paying off their smallest debt first, and then their second smallest, and so on, keeping their largest debt to last with no consideration for interest rates, loan periods, or fees for early repayment. They also instruct their listeners to make investments while paying off debt, even if the interest rates on their debt are higher than the investment returns they could reasonably hope to achieve. If you had $1,000 and could pay off a loan at a 20% interest rate or invest into the market where you could hope to make between 8 and 12%, it makes sense to pay off the loan first because getting rid of the loan is going to put you in a better position every year. There are other benefits.
So, I tend to say I'm not financially smart or a financial expert, but some of the shit that these people just be telling people to do is fucking stupid. But let's go.
To prioritizing high interest debt too. If you miss a payment on a loan, it can hurt your credit and cost you extra money in late fees. That's not even the worst advice these guys give. Paying off your smallest loan first, regardless of interest rates or repayment conditions, is just dumb. Paying off the highest interest debt first, while avoiding loans with early repayment fees, can save people tens of thousands of dollars and wipe years off their debt management plan. The reason that show hosts stand so confidently behind their suggestions is because they claim the psychological gratification you get from closing debt is worth approaching the problem in a mathematically inefficient way. Paying off debt is a mentally taxing exercise, so the show hosts do have a point here.
Yeah, no, it's very taxing. Paying off debt. Oh God. Yeah, but let's go.
Here, but there are better ways to maintain discipline that don't also cost thousands of dollars. Psychology is also why Ramsey suggests people build a nest egg at the same time as paying off debt. The mental boost that comes from seeing savings grow while watching debt shrink supposedly keeps people disciplined. Good financial advice should consider a client's financial discipline, skill set, and headspace, but it's ironic that the show hosts make these kinds of concessions.
The thing about a lot of these people, they haven't followed their own advice. They haven't followed with the advice that they're giving so many of these other people. They've done shit that they've, like I said, Dave Ramsey, I know it was in his autobiography that he kind of like wasn't the best financial steward that he claims to be. And it's just like, dog, you can't even follow your own advice. Why the fuck you telling me how to follow your advice? But let's go.
For psychology now, while completely ruining it and making it even worse in other ways, but we will get to that soon. Ramsey and other finance show hosts also make recommendations based on their own personal experience instead of their clients' needs or professional best practices. Ramsey recommended load funds where investment fees of around 5% are paid up front. These are viable financial products, but only for a certain type of investor. Ramsey's personal history with being overlevered on his mortgage and his personal brand.
See exactly my point. Exactly my point. Let's go.
As someone who hates debt means he only recommends a 15-year mortgage. A 30-year mortgage can be a responsible way for people to buy a nicer home or simply maintain cash flow flexibility. He also suggests that people can live on 8% of their retirement savings every year once they quit working full-time. The usual recommendation from financial...
No. That's... Oh my God. I'm not even near retirement, but I know that's stupid. Oh my God. Let's go.
Professionals is 5%, with some advising as low as 3%. But again, it depends on the person and their situation. Without accounting for other factors, Ramsey's advice could cause a lot of listeners to go broke in retirement. Dave Ramsey is only the most famous example of these show hosts, which is why I'm picking on him in particular. But because it's impossible to give personalized advice to someone in a 20-minute phone call, they will all have the same problems. The confidence of these live characters, even when addressing genuine criticism from professionals, is what makes their shows so popular. In defense of Dave and his copycats, someone paying their debt in whatever order is going to be better off than someone not paying their debt at all.
True! Fucking true! Survivalists. Choose losing half as quickly. And you heard that. So strength. How many points do I have? Authority. Grit. Yay. Unspent points. Alright, let's go.
Where this truly gets harmful is when they are confidently wrong about the advice that will make their guests and viewers worse off than if they had not received that advice at all. We all know about the finfluencers and celebrities that made millions of dollars by promoting FTX, a fraudulent crypto exchange with some obvious...
Man, this is why you never take advice from people on the internet that personally don't have a stake in your motherfucking benefit, but has a stake in getting that motherfucking bag. I don't know how people can confidently try to sell people shit when, one, they don't know them. Two, I know why. Just because they're trying to advertise for shit. But still, it just doesn't feel right to me. But let's go. By the way, if you don't know, I have a channel sponsor, Dubby energy drinks, which I actually like them and I drink them. If my editor can insert that ad here. Let's go.
Obvious warning signs. The confidence of the influencers in presenting bad financial advice to their audience, looking for their insights into a complicated subject, is why it was so damaging to people that didn't have the skills or didn't feel the need to do their own due diligence. All investing carries risk, and people need to take some level of personal responsibility for their personal finances. But when a host presents themselves as an infallible authority on all things finance, they must accept that people will blindly follow them. Ramsey himself is opposed to cryptocurrency, so he was not caught up in the FTX scandal. But he isn't innocent of endorsing products that have caused his followers harm because they trust his financial advice.
I mean, I'm not a fan of FTX. I'm not a fan of crypto. Certainly not a fan of Bankman-Fried or Freed, whichever way you want to say it. And
I'm surprised he didn't pull some anti-Semitic joke, but because super Christian Dave Ramsey, the super Christian Dave Ramsey that allegedly pulled a gun on his motherfucking employees inside of a meeting, but super Christian.
Fried is my preference.
Ramsey is currently facing a lawsuit for $150 million for his involvement in promoting Timeshare Exit, a company that would take a client's money up front and try and negotiate them out of a timeshare contract.
Timeshare Exit team will get you out of their timeshare. Now, you're going to pay them money to do that. That's what they do. And they charge you up front, and they give you your money back guarantee if they don't get you out, but they'll get you out.
Timeshares are a common investment trap that unsophisticated investors fall into. The annual fees on these contracts are steep, and canceling is made extremely difficult by the terms of the contracts and the unscrupulous companies that offer timeshares. Timeshare Exit presented a solution to people in this desperate situation with the promise that they would negotiate out of these contracts on their clients' behalf. In practice, their service was just as much of a fraud as the timeshares themselves, and after clients paid their upfront fee, they were told to go and negotiate with the timeshares provider directly.
We felt more comfortable doing it because of Dave Ramsey's recommendation.
So basically, wait, did he just say, hey, pay me a fee, I give you advice of what to do, and the advice was just go ahead and negotiate with them directly? That's fucked up. That is so fucked up. Wow, Dave Ramsey. Okay. All right, let's go.
He probably was looking for a solution to offer his audience, and I do believe he is a man of good intentions. But he still allegedly took more than $30 million in endorsement deals from a fraudulent business between 2015 and 2020.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I just don't buy that. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't think he's as upstanding as he wants people to believe, but maybe that's just me telling people to eat beans and rice until they
21. The lawsuit is unlikely to go anywhere because there is no precedent for spokespeople to be held responsible for the actions of the companies they endorse, but it shows how damaging confident advice can be to a trusting audience.
Mr. Ramsey, why are you endorsing Timeshare Exit Team? I'll answer your question. Why did I endorse Timeshare Exit Team? Because they were doing the right thing and getting people out of timeshares after companies had screwed them.
No company is going to maintain a $30 million sponsorship deal for 6 years unless they are seeing a return on their investment. So that means Ramsey fans that were already in poor financial situations lost at least an additional $30 million because of the trust they had in Ramsey.
That's just sad and fucking sick. And for you not to take any responsibility in the fact that maybe I had a hand in it. I just don't know with these people, man. It's one of those things where you get people and their fucking financial security depends on just their financial security depends on being just shit. And I don't know, basically they absolve themselves of anything bad that happens because no, it's we kind of told them. And, they didn't have to listen to us. So it's technically still their fault. Even though they fell for the okey doke that, somebody like Dave Ramsey actually did, allowed for, like, was a spokesperson for. No, they did something, it wasn't our fault, they fell for the okie doke. Buyer beware and all that other good bullshit, right? Let's continue.
Trust that is reaffirmed by his confident and uncompromising persona. And that's the third problem with laughing at poor people on shows like this. It's not giving anybody a practical solution. Let's be honest. When we see a strong, common-sense character like Ramsey rip into guests for making dumb financial decisions, there is a sense of catharsis that makes us feel good because we could never be so dumb. The show hosts pander to this by playing along and outlining their dismal situation with big, catchy thumbnails. If you assume that the guests and their stories are real, then the tough love approach of people like Ramsey is not the correct way to address very personal and often very embarrassing financial details. It's true that the guests on these shows go on there of their own free will, and I want to repeat that a lot of times they are going on there for clout and not advice. But even
of course they're going on there for clout, and that's why a lot of these people are actually doing it. That's why a lot of people are actually taking it. It's not for, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do it because I'm gonna actually really get good advice. No, it's for fucking clout, and I don't know what else to say, man. A lot of this shit is just like harmful, and these people know it. But let's continue.
If they are all honest people wanting to fix up their situations, being the target of ridicule will only make other people in similar situations more likely to cover up or ignore their problems. The tough love approach and the careful selection of irresponsible guests also perpetuates the idea that anybody can become financially stable if only they stop being stupid with their money.
And it kind of gets to the point that a lot of people aren't stupid with their money. A lot of people, they're just poor. And being poor can be very, very expensive. Being poor can be extremely expensive. And that's why it's fucking unbelievable that you have some of these people that would laugh at poor people. He is really chasing me, I see. All right, let's go. I know some hyenas over there. But let's go.
You've done some great work, and in some ways I love you. In other ways, you're stupid and arrogant.
To reaffirm their point, show host would...
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. That is awesome. That somebody got on the show and said that shit. Oh shit. I'm sorry. That was just awesome. All right, let's go.
Will use their own financial success as proof that their system works. Ramsey has frequently bragged about his personal fortune of hundreds of millions of dollars when addressing critics without acknowledging that it wasn't avoiding debt or saving regularly that got him there. It was a media empire with millions of devout fans that sells books, merchandise, and sponsor slots to allegedly fraudulent businesses.
Oh god, yes. Yes. Somebody got his ass. Somebody got his ass. Yes. Well, let's go.
So there's nothing hypocritical here. And as a matter of fact, when I say we've built wealth and we have a net worth of over $100 million, most of that's in real estate and this company, obviously. And so am I bragging? No, I'm bragging on the stuff we teach.
Dude, you made your money off of fucking selling books. When I say it's no different from the fucking red pill bullshit, because these motherfuckers aren't rich because they motherfucking just had the knowledge and the know-how. They made their money off of selling this bullshit to y'all if they didn't make it off of criminal activities. But let's continue.
Despite all of this, I still like Ramsey and a lot of his copycats as a guilty viewing pleasure. If you already have a decent understanding of basic personal finance, you're about as likely to improve your finances watching these shows as you are to improve your martial arts by watching the WWE.
Yeah. Or improve your sex game by watching porn.
If anything, this has as much to do with the changing mediascape of entertainment as it does with personal finance. To understand what I mean, go and watch my video on how online streaming has brought back the old days of Hollywood, and unwittingly made alternative entertainment like this so popular.
Alright, so, yeah, that was actually pretty cool. I like how money works, because it is a financial channel that is focused on just, like, not bullshitting you. Like a lot of these other channels, like Unlearning Economics, I actually like his videos as well. And they don't even have to have a fucking left leaning thing to it. It's just like, yeah, some of this bullshit that they be telling you is just bullshit. I'm gonna need y'all not to listen to the shit. But yeah, it's weird. Anyway, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Help me hit that 1,000 subscribers. And yeah. Cut this video segment here. Oh man. I'm trying to build my house. Anyway, what time is it? I had to go washing in the morning. All right. How long is this one?
Well,
nope. No. All right, so this. All right. Let's actually. I want to actually build more on here. Give me a second. I know what I need to do. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to do this one. I did not want to have that. Okay. So I'll take this away and this one. There we go. Now it's all stable and shit. Yeah, building shit is fucking fun. Anyway. I kind of want to do this one. And what time is it? Oh, I still got a lot of fucking time. This is gonna be interesting to say the least. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I'm still over encumbered. Let's see if building this. Crafting stations. I need more stoned. I need to get more stoned. Fuck. Okay, let's get to this next video. I know I recently did one not too long ago, about a month ago, and it seems like every 3 or 4 months a new one drops. A new anti-debate bro video drops. And I don't get why people are so anti-debate bro, but I get it, and I called it. I called it the last time it came out. I said that, you know what? Inside of this, like, of course we have the anti-Vosh, anti-Keffels, all that other good bullshit. But one person that's going to be the target of this bullshit, of this anti-debate bro type of live streamer, the next one up, when they finish with him, is going to be Hassan. Hassan is actually going to be, it's going to be the one that's going to be the next one up. And I fucking called it, because a lot of these video essayists who think they're changing the world through some bullshit, they're always going to try to, it's never about the revolution or spreading ideals. It's about tearing down the motherfucker that they think is the top so they can actually get at them. And, well, we have a new debate bro live streamer video. And let's take a look at it. Shall we? Ooh, what is this? Somebody that has a chair that's just sitting there? I wonder who this can actually be about. Let's go.
I don't think it's a stretch to state that there is a surplus.
Okay, I know I'm the last person to talk, but dude, fix your audio. I mean, damn. Please fix your audio. All right. Fuck. All right, let's go.
Of political content online. Debate bros, commentary channels, pretentious video essayists. It's an endless stream of chatter, engagement, and information. Which is good, right? People should be informed. People should discuss how to negotiate and manage power through the blind veil of digital spaces. And even if the means of discourse is indirectly brought to you through billion-dollar companies that would very much like to preserve the status quo, surely we're just doing the best with what we have. You can't change the system by working outside of it, right?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, seriously, yes and no. There's sometimes you need to work in the system, and sometimes you don't. You have to work outside of the system. Hence why these dumb fucks who tell you that electoralism is stupid, they're just mad because they lost the election and now they don't want to vote again because they feel like because they felt like losers once. That's why you get a lot of people that talk about that bullshit. Electoralism doesn't work because I'm not getting everything that I need to do. No, electoralism is the basic to start. But you know, a lot of these people, they don't want to hear that bullshit. But let's go.
But is online politics in its current form really doing anything? I'm going to argue no, or at least it isn't enough. I believe that a majority...
So if it's not enough, then the answer would actually be, why don't we do more? God damn. Why is it that if it's not enough, why is it just online politics to people like you? All right, let's go. Let's go. Being an asshole.
of political content online is at best promoting apathy and at worst actively playing into the systems that, at least on the left, it often criticizes. Despite infinite digital attention given to the poly-crisis, a cluster of related global risks with compounding effects, the radical reformations required to tackle these issues have not yet happened. The revolution will not be live-streamed. This video is sponsored by Brilliant.
Oh, this is one of those other... Okay. How many subs does this motherfucker have? 500,000 subs. Let's look at this shit. If you think that the revolution will not be motherfucking live stream, why the fuck are you doing this content? Life is so, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is a fucking doomer. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. This is a fucking doomer. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, I just forget. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh my god. And I understand, even if those videos titles were tongue in cheek per se, it's just, oh my god, please, fucking please. All right, let's go.
On the topic of trying to understand the world, personally, I can feel pretty lost when it comes to trying to get a grasp on many topics you see discussed online. AI, coding, and data analysis rule the ways in which we interpret and consume information. These topics do sound complicated, but thankfully there's an easy way to learn about them in order to stay informed. Brilliant is by far the best way to learn math, data science, and computer science interactively. This is largely due to its interactive and fun lessons that go over both basic and advanced topics. Whatever your skill level, Brilliant customizes content to fit your needs and lets you solve at your own pace. This is helped by guided learning paths that keep you focused while learning seemingly difficult concepts. And new lessons are added every month.
All right.
I'm a huge fan of cash.app on YouTube, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that they have their own course based on their videos. As somebody morbidly curious about...
Wait, what? Wait, you're making a video. You're literally making a video talking about how live streaming is bad, but you're okay with Kyrgyzstan? The most milquetoast, unironically break out the crayons to explain shit person. You're making a video about Kyrgyzstan, bragging about Kyrgyzstan? It's almost as if it sounds as if you just have a bias when you're talking about, oh my god. I know this sounds petty that I'm bringing this up, but the fact that you saying that you like Kyrgyzstan, and that is nothing wrong with Kyrgyzstan. I watch it myself. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, wow, damn. The revolution will not be live streamed, and online political politics is not enough. Okay, damn, I thought this was a ML talking about this bullshit, but okay, wow.
Rabies. I've really enjoyed their lessons on the rabies virus, and I've learned a lot about viruses and genetics in general. By visiting the link brilliant.org/Sisyphus55, you can get started free for 30 days, and the first 200 to sign up will get 20% off an annual plan. Online politics offers a false sense of action and may actively hinder real-world progress. This is evident in 3 common characteristics found across online politics.
Okay. So help me out. If you believe that it is, I don't know, ineffective, why are you doing a video featuring online politics? And I just like, I'm not trying to be that jackass. A lot of times I am trying to be that jackass, but this is not one of those times. You're literally doing a video about online politics. Why, dog? If it's not ineffectual, do you want people to just shut the fuck up about online politics? If that's what you want, cool. Great. Awesome. But, like, I don't... Okay, maybe he explained.
Here I'll define online politics as the content generated by influencers, content creators, and talking heads who people usually go to for infotainment on local and global issues.
See, and this is one of the things that, like, is just always interesting to me, because infotainment, is learning supposed to be boring to these people? Is learning supposed to be boring? I feel like they feel that if you're entertained while learning something or engaged in something, it takes away from it. I think that's what some of these people believe. And, like, don't get me wrong, I have my issues with certain streamers. I have my issues with streamers I even like to watch. But it's almost as if they think that streaming of itself, because it has some entertainment value, is bad. But video essayists, which this guy is, no, that's wholly impure, because it's thoughtful and, you know, I guess, some sort of pure, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. Well, let's continue.
Firstly, as evident in the sponsored segment you just watched, content and journalism in general is in itself reliant on and usually exists for engagement that can then be transformed into capital. In a general trend, this has led to news deserts. Communities that are not seen as profitable will lose their local source of news. This disproportionately impacts poorer areas who do not turn out the same profit as wealthier areas. People in news deserts will then often turn to social media to get their news, which is often more general, polarizing, and opinionated. This in turn increases the odds of those in news deserts making misinformed political decisions and ending up in filter bubbles. And this is...
So yeah, this is actually true. But what he fails to realize, there's also even big areas that aren't quote unquote news bubbles or fucking news deserts, as he's putting it, that people just get more of their politics online. I don't understand where, and I know it may seem like I'm being biased because I do politics online. Yeah, I do. But it just seems to me that a lot of these people who shit on online politics, they think they're not the norm. Not everybody knows to go to the AP or Reuters to try to effectively discern a political position and has 3 or 4 different sources. Like, no. People only spend time on things that they're focused on or they believe that they should focus on. It's not something that literally people want to take the time to spend diving into correct political position and political philosophy. They pay attention to shit that affects them. Like, I thought we all knew this, right? But let's continue.
This is how ended up on the walls of the Capitol.
No, shit ended up on the walls of the Capitol because people literally were told to believe some shit that was wrong. It wasn't this noble thing that if people only knew, they would actually have the right opinion. That's condescending as shit. There are some people that have political biases. There are some people that are in a situation when they feel desperate enough because of their desperation, they have a specific bias because of their fear, their misunderstanding. And you just telling somebody, well, if they had more news sources instead of online news sources, then, they would know better. When that's simply not the case, dog. That's quite liberal of you to think, well, these people are just stupid and they just need to know better. Fuck.
But what specifically makes social media so bad for politics? Let's turn to the progressive left, where you'd hope there's a greater chance for progress. Chat donations, Patreon support, AdSense, influencers need to weigh the extent to which a potential topic is important enough to give attention to versus the extent to which it is juicy and entertaining, thereby driving traffic and revenue. Naturally, most content will gravitate towards the latter. However, political influencers tend to actually settle on a middle ground, a form of politics that appears to be fighting the good fight in an entertaining manner. This middle ground, called deference politics, focuses on conversational power and attention over fixing material disparities. The concern here is usually rested on avoiding complicity in injustice and policing or denouncing certain social behaviors. Now, deference politics is not in itself bad. It prioritizes traumatic experiences above all else, as that.
Oh, fuck, another person that's talking about deference politics. I don't know. He said it's not bad, but if you're deferring to somebody just because they have a lived experience, you don't know what. Oh, okay, all right. Let's go. You don't know exactly if they're being honest about it. You don't know if they're being biased about it. Just because somebody is a specific group, then that's that we should listen to them. Have you met people? There are people that fucking lie all the fucking time. All right, let's just go.
Which should be tackled and given attention to. The issue, however, is that these discussions remain quite insular. They don't go far enough. As Olufemi Otaiwo, the author of Elite Capture, beautifully puts, bad roommates aren't the problem, for the same reason that being a good roommate isn't the solution. The problem is that we are still trapped in the same room. Someone says something edgy, another calls them out on Twitter, a response video is made, the other person reacts to the video, a third person jumps in to support their fellow influencer. A severe amount of hours, resources, and attention has been given to determining whether this particular roommate should be tolerated. The world has not changed because of this, but your favorite streamer or video essayist, and maybe their opponent, is now a little wealthier. If we back up, what does this do?
So wait. I'm sorry. I know he just went on the spiral, but I don't know exactly what was the point of all of that. Yes, people interact, but for you to actually say, well, because people interact, then it's bad because these people may actually get something that, get a little wealthier because of interaction. It's just, it reeks to me of just, I don't know. It seemed to me that you want to critique the problem, and which is fine. It's fine to critique a problem. And then, like, people critique problems all the time. But it's just like, it kind of sounds disingenuous to me just to describe it like that. That because people are just doing shit for drama. You were making this video when you know the drama that happens from people making videos like this. It just seems so disingenuous to me. I'm looking at it wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, and maybe that's it. But that just seems so disingenuous to me. How many views does this video have? Yeah, of course. Let's go.
It directs what little attentional power we can control at symbolic sites of power, rather than at the root political issues that explain why everything is so effed up. This is an important point. Whether this orgy of online drama is deliberate or not at the level of influencers, it really helps to maintain the status quo. This is elite capture, defined as the way socially advantaged people tend to gain control over resources meant for others. Elite capture often cleverly adapts to resistance by incorporating a tolerable level of it. For example, Amazon can buy up Twitch and host leftist streamers. These creators, reliant on the attention economy of their platforms, are then somewhat limited in advocating for radical action, since this could hurt them financially. This isn't to blame influencers necessarily, they may be actively doing their best within the system. However, as Taiwo notes, the game objective may be viscerally and
This is what I mean. Motherfucker, you make YouTube videos. This is the shit that I mean. You are making a YouTube video. I'm sorry if I think that this is a little bit disingenuous. You are literally making a YouTube video. I don't get that. I don't get this. There's people that says they're above the fray. They're above the whole, I'm above this. But you jump fucking feet first into drama. Only to say that, look at you, you plebes. You're falling for the elite capture. I don't get... okay, yeah, sure. Let's go.
reducibly personal for each player, self-esteem, security, life itself, but the rules and the context that determine which actions make sense have been created by others who benefit from the outcome of those rigged systems. Elite capture destroys democracy by subtly capturing the political realm for the elites while maintaining an illusion of choice. And even in non-traditional spaces of political action, elite capture works its magic. This is assisted through the third trait of online politics, the abstraction and intellectualization of reality.
What? Wait. The abstraction and intellectualization? Wait, what? I'm sorry, that just sounds so fucking stupid to me. Not because, you know, reality takes some intellectualization. You know what I mean? It takes some thought about things. And yes, if you're just stuck in thought, if you're just stuck in planning, that's a bad thing. But I ain't no hero, nothing but a sandwich. Oh, okay, let's go.
He ain't just fly. He's super fly.
Baudrillard predicted a world where our media-saturated minds, chronically drifting between flashy events and images, will be in such a comatose of fascination that the very concept of meaning will be lost. Meaning, after all, depends on stability and fixed structures. We are now in the habit of perceiving reality in terms of attraction and surprise. As information hunters, we are becoming blind to still inconspicuous things, to what is common, the incidental, and the customary, the things that do not attract us but ground us in being, writes Byung-Chul Han. Namely, this digital world of non-things prioritizes information over truth. Whereas truth is stable and durable,
He just... Oh my god. Information and truth are not separate things. They're not. Unless you're talking about the capital T truth. No, that's fucking stupid. and I know for you people who are anti-apologists. Well, I know it's giving people kind of like ammunition to say there's no such thing as truth. Like I'm gonna need my atheist co-conspirators not to like jump on me for this about the whole there's no such thing as truth. But like what you're talking about, dog, is perception. Your perception of what's true or not versus information. Those are two different things. And the fact that you would sit back here and equate that shit. Oh, God. All right, let's go.
Information is unstable and evades the ability for us to linger on it, to truly process and reflect. This is evident in how much of online political activity appears to be more about playing than acting, whereas action breaks with the...
Wait, no! What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? And yes, there are people that should actually get the fuck up off of their chair and actually do things in political spaces. But no, dog, oh my God. This is what I mean. This is the shit that I mean. It's so many people that think, oh, I'm doing the real shit. Like, oh, okay, you're still on YouTube making videos. Like, you're on YouTube making videos. I don't want to tell you though. You're on YouTube making videos. All right, let's continue.
Present and bring something new. Play does not interfere with the present. Action involves resistance, whereas play resists real resistance. Why does this happen online? Well, there's a real difference between knowing that the stove can burn you when you touch it versus actually experiencing the burn of the stove. Where the former is theory, the latter prompts immediate action. Get your hand away from the stove. Online spaces give us information at the loss of truth. There, we don't experience truth, but rather information. We know of a war in Ukraine, the climate crisis, and police brutality, but many of us don't know it truly. Truth prompts action. This would explain why minorities...
Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That just... Sometimes you're not in a position to act. You know that, don't you? You know... All right, let's go.
Are far more likely to engage in activism than the melanin deficient, whereas white people can earnestly...
Of course, this is from one of those people, the melanin deficient. What the fuck, man? Stop with that bullshit. Just stop. Cause it turns you in to what the right actually motherfucking, that stereotype of the white person that actually hates other white people, so they're gonna collaborate with the brown people. Stop with that. Just stop. Please stop. It makes our side looks fucking weak, because the only thing it makes us look like is that, you're only doing it out of some sort of guilt, versus it's actually being right to make people care about other people. I fucking hate that, man. It's just like, y'all fall for the fucking stereotype all the fucking time. Y'all fall for the motherfuckers who you listen to the fucking right. And yeah, I'm going on the fucking rant. You listen to the motherfucking right about, and you play into that shit. You play into that shit. Are we supposed to, like, not ignore that our white brothers and sisters are motherfucking, are a little bit more complacent in their activities of social justice? Yeah, we should address that. The same as wealthier people of color, because the system works for them, and so that's why. But it's not some inherent thing because they don't have enough melanin to understand. No, it's because they benefit from the motherfucking status quo as it is right now, or at least they're not suffering as bad. And the fact that motherfuckers won't just acknowledge that, just like they won't acknowledge that, as I stated before, the reason why some black people are conservatives is because they're making it out okay. It's just so fucking stupid. Again, it gives this whole idea to these people who want to actually say these are self-hating white people. It gives that idea and that impression when that's just not the case. But let's continue.
Sympathize with the information of, for example, police brutality, they do not experience the painful lived truth of experiencing persecution based on the color of their skin. There is still a knowledge rift, concealed by information that limits any sense of urgency, and therefore action. This line of thinking has evidently led to the playfulness associated with deference politics, where majority groups strongly advocate and platform visible minorities. This form of coalition politics, while important in valuing the knowledge embedded in lived traumatic experiences, isn't enough if we wish to prompt real action. Even if those...
What is the action that you want to fucking take? Like, I get a lot of these people that they say, oh, we need to take more action. What action do you want to take? What action do you want to take? Do you want to start a fight? A war that's civil? Do you want to just start the revolution? Is that what you want to do? Because I'm telling you right now, to be honest with you, just like you think that there are people who have apathy because they don't experience shit. I'm going to tell you very honestly, you think that's going to be better because there's a civil war or a revolution where you going to motherfucking pretend like you the motherfucking the Revolutionary Guard? No. Because if that was the case, motherfuckers would have done it years ago. They would have done it years ago. But they haven't. Because here's the thing. It doesn't affect them like it would everybody else. So they don't have as much skin in the game. And quiet is kept. A lot of people just are like that. And it's not just some, indictment on their character. It's that people tend to be a little bit more focused on things that directly affect them. But let's hear what he think the action should actually be. I don't know. Maybe it's something different than the LARPing.
Platforming may feel like they're doing more than enough. In short, online politics has brought us poorly informed voters, the capture of activism by elites, and a false sense of action. Thank you for watching. Of course, I'm not going to leave it at that. How can we actually change things? Firstly, we need to move past the idea that this current system of online discourse is constructive. Consuming and supporting content that supports our political bent can give us a false sense of progress. At the end of the day...
Okay. So, no, I don't think it's all productive. That's one thing that I will say. I don't think the online politics is all productive. I believe that it should take... It's a great rallying point. And let's be honest. There would be some people, if they didn't have online politics, that they wouldn't be doing shit. They wouldn't even feel empathy to what a lot of these groups need to feel empathy to. I will actually say that. So, is it all bad? No. Is it all good? Definitely not. But for somebody to actually say that, we need to get rid of online politics altogether, it's kind of disingenuous. But let's see what he actually going to say. Let's go.
Today, it is theoretical progress. The spirit of rebellion can exist only in a society where a theoretical equality conceals great factual inequalities, writes Camus. Namely, the true rebellion against current things will only occur when we collectively recognize that deference politics online is in some sense sapping much of our attention from more damaging injustices. Me babbling on about Jordan Peterson does not solve these factual inequalities.
No, but it at least addresses a problem. Like, this is what I mean. If it doesn't get rid of the problem altogether, then it's a big bad thing. Like, no, there are some people who literally think that Jordan Peterson is actually effective or right. And it takes us on the left to actually say, like, no, that motherfucker's stupid. He's a motherfucking crybaby. Not only is he a crybaby, he's a former, he's a former benzo addict that criticized people for taking drugs. Hey, you want to do drugs? That's on you. Cool. But don't criticize other motherfuckers for the shit that you was doing too. But let's continue.
From this, we need to transition from the abstraction of information to the concreteness of truth. Theory is important, conversations are important, and they're...
Dude, and this is just the stupidest shit that you are saying. It is not truth. It is quite literally perception. You're talking about perception. Let's continue.
There's a multitude of useful Twitter threads and genuinely insightful videos and live streams that have helped me in forming my views. But it's still mostly theory. There will still be lead in our water unless we do something about the pipes. A necessary...
Nobody is saying don't do anything, dog. But the way you're making it seem like you're just gonna go in there and rip the shit up yourself. That's not how that works, man. Alright, let's go.
Push through both tangible experience in the real world outside of digital spaces, as well as through a lingering interaction with art that is born out of a genuine experience of suffering, can help this process. This is where we encounter truth. We need to know in our hearts, and not just abstractly, that we are bonded by suffering, and revolt is heroic defiance to whatever oppresses us. What does this look like exactly? In psychoanalysis, our encounter with suffering and the need for change often comes in four forms. Firstly, there is the withdrawal of the self from reality, in which we numb ourselves to the truth through dissociation. Secondly, we may engage in some sort of divinity, believing ourselves to be closely aligned with something larger and spiritual. Thirdly, we may renounce ourselves in the service of historical necessity, soullessly sacrificing our subjectivity to a revolutionary cause that we believe is guaranteed to bring salvation.
Can't you see this is what you're doing right now? For real. Alright, wait, let's go. Let's go.
And fourthly, we may simply destroy everything, including ourselves, out of a sort of surrender to nihilism. The first two, dissociation and spiritualism, tend to sustain the status quo through inaction. The third, turning oneself into an instrument for a cause, is often too fraught with grand statements on human nature, society, and the future to guarantee that such a sacrifice will pay off. The final one, while certainly a form of action in terms of destruction, is also really just rage quitting. The simple fact is we don't know how this will all end. Why give up? Why add to the suffering? There is another form of pushing for change, Lacan's subjective destitution. Although all previous examples deal with some form of...
This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. I still can't kind of get over the fact that this is a motherfucker on YouTube doing this shit, right? And I know. I'm on YouTube talking about politics and shit like that. But I'm fully aware that, one, I'm talking about politics. Two, like, I don't know that I'm not saying that I'm not doing something where people may want to listen to what I'm saying or some shit like that. And three, it's just like, you're downplaying some of the and I know part of it is downplaying the I want to say downplaying the how do I put it? The consequences of your action, because in the end, there are consequences to actually speaking. There are consequences to speaking about what they're speaking about. And the thing about it is, those consequences are, people listening to him. The consequences are actually people forming an opinion on what he's saying. There are consequences to his actions. But I think he thinks that he's not gonna fucking pay those consequences, or that he's doing something different than what he's accusing other people of. I don't know. But let's continue.
Of removing our personhood through grand claims or fear, subjective destitution does so out of a sincere and humble attempt at changing for the better. As engaged subjects, we have to act with a view to the future, but for a priori reasons, we cannot base our decisions on a rational pattern of historical progress, so we have to improvise and take risks. One example of subjective destitution does not come from the bourgeoisie or those with the time to chart a seemingly nuanced revolutionary course. Nope, it is actually reflected in healthcare workers during the pandemic. Without any guarantee that their actions would help in the end, without much help or guidance, and many times without any sense of hope, these workers improvised with what they had in order to deal with what was in front of them.
That wasn't a plan, dog. That's just somebody's dedication to helping people. This is not some basis of actually building a movement or revolution on. This is just fucking human ingenuity. What are you talking about? And like, no bullshit, no disrespect to the motherfucking healthcare workers, but it's about getting a job done. It wasn't this big overarching, like, we need to copy this. Fuck, if anything, we definitely don't need to copy what happened with a lot of our healthcare workers during the pandemic. Because a lot of them got burnt out, and a lot of them are no longer in that field because it was just, they did what they had to do for so long, and they literally resolved the issue at the time, but they're no longer there anymore. Wow, this is dumb.
They could not deny the truth of suffering. They acted out of urgency. On a personal level, we need to adapt this sort of selflessness and humility that confronts the present without any claims on the future, to take things one day at a time. This is the sort of constructive politics that Taiwo suggests as.
But it's not constructive. It's not constructive at all, taking things one day at a time. Yes, you should be flexible and no battle plan survives first contact with the enemy. But just to say, like, oh yeah, no, like, we should be in the same desperation mode that a lot of our healthcare workers were in because progress, like, you understand how asinine that shit sounds, right? Did you have any healthcare workers that you knew that had to survive during the pandemic? That is just so asinine to literally say, "Oh, we needed to treat these workers." Like, oh my God. All right, let's go.
As an alternative to deference politics. Constructive politics is the pursuit of specific goals rather than focusing on complicity in injustice. It involves multitasking, tearing down, and building up. Instead of playing whack-a-mole with injustice or redecorating our prison walls, we need to break these walls and build a better.
But the thing about it is, what you're just advocating for is whack-a-mole motherfucking policy. You just advocated for whack-a-mole policy. Taking it day by day. Nigga, that's whack-a-mole policy. Almost let my blackness slip. Sorry.
World. In terms of online spaces, this means the channeling of attentional resources to situations that can be improved. As he notes, information networks aid effective political action and can constrain the system's violence. Rather than compulsively monitoring the internal politics of BreadTube or Twitch or your own Discord server, it is up to those with influence, including myself, to actually adapt this approach and channel our limited energy and attention to.
Cool. When the next time you having a get out the vote drive? When the next time you doing that? When the next time you get out the vote drive? You have to get out the vote drive. Come on, you gonna have to get out the vote drive, right? You're not? Oh.
Specific goals in the real world. This does not mean the end of theory or discourse. We need these discussions, pessimism of the intellect and optimism of the will. I look to someone like B.R. Ambedkar, a famous Indian politician involved in drafting the Constitution, as a good example. Ambedkar had studied under John Dewey, a philosopher under the school of pragmatism. Despite the constant theoretical squabbling inherent in pragmatist thought, Ambedkar nonetheless took certain principles that he had learned under Dewey, such as nurturing human personality and a skepticism of supposedly timeless values, and he applied them to battle against the caste system in India. Being an untouchable himself, Ambedkar was applying theory to tear down by criticizing the caste system and build up through drafting a new constitution, a movement against an injustice, a tangible and concrete truth he found to be deeply personal. Another example can also be seen in Camus' conclusion of The Rebel, where his endorsement of trade unionism reflects the sort of concreteness that constructive politics requires. Far from being a form of romanticism, rebellion takes the part of true realism.
So what was the point of this video? Firstly,
to intellectually, masturbate and say how, oh, live streamers are bad. Like, I'm being an asshole. Let's have him talk about what was the point of this video, shall we?
This wasn't an attack against streamers or other online personalities. I think me specifically telling other people what to do with their platform would be a little entitled. And also, as I said before, many of the people...
But you literally did it. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I don't mean to say anything rude and disrespectful. And then it proceeds to say something rude and disrespectful. Like, I don't... Okay, sure. Yeah, dog. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Let's go.
Mentioned have participated in charities and activism. This is actually more of a video addressed directly to the viewer and the general audience. I think if you feel hopeless about the world, you should probably start rethinking your relationship with online content. Make changes however you can and in whatever way it suits your personality. I think everybody has some sort of...
Okay, so this is an interesting take. Instead of saying like, yo, stop getting parasocial relationships with these streamers, which everybody should unironically do, like stop having parasocial relationships with streamers. And well, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, like, dude, yes, you are. You literally made a video talking about what to do. But let's continue.
Tool, privilege, or trait that can make the world a better place. And if everyone did what was supposedly insufficient, I'd like to think that it would eventually become sufficient in some way. So it's about kind of, suiting the action to your own, like, who you are. For me specifically, I don't really think I'm that great of like an orator in front of a lot of people. I get really anxious at approach.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Why is it that every one of these people that make an issue about live streamers, I can't talk to people. I can't talk to a lot of people. Why does it turn out to be that way? Oh my God. Okay. Let's go.
Protests. And I'm not great with coordinating events. However, I do have an interest in psychology and philosophy.
So why do you think that there are some people that everybody should actually do that shit when there are some people that are like you that can't do the shit? I don't get it. It's almost as if I can't do it, so you do it. And if you're not doing it, you're bad. I'm done. This is just done. I'm done. Look. This is why I'm saying, like, this is why it's always, I've seen it from the fucking FD Signifier videos where he can't sit back and talk to people without a fucking editor. We see it in, what was that other one? We seen it with the Soul Bunny video, which I'm gonna go over the Soul Bunny video. We see it with this guy Solaris. It's like they can't sit back and talk to a lot of people. I'm just done. This is the reason why they have so much kickback. But anyway, guys, like, share, and subscribe. I'm done. Help me out. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, and cut the video segment here. It always turns out to be, these people have too much charisma. These people have, they can talk to a lot of people, so them think they're better than me. Them think they better than me because they can talk to a lot of people at one time, never knowing that some of these people cannot have a full conversation in person. Like, oh my God. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock. I'm about to go. I'm gonna be playing some Conan a little bit. You guys gonna see this, the fucking house better next time. Like, share, and subscribe, guys, and remember, always be the person that you want to be around, and not just somebody you want to be like. And remember, touch titties, but always with permission. And take us away.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah. I'm probably afraid of that, because then people don't hate each other, then people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right. Absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things.
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
the system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's all
Is that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.